Welcome to Eagle Discovery. In today's video, we'll reveal the hidden truth behind Jehovah's Witnesses, a community that appears peaceful but is built on control, isolation, and silenced abuse. From harmful practices to strict rules, we'll uncover the dark secrets that are kept behind closed doors. Stay tuned and make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell for more eye-opening content. Let's dive in. The hidden truth behind Jehovah's Witnesses: secrets, abuse, and total control. If you think Jehovah's Witnesses are just another religious group, get ready to uncover the hidden truths that no one talks about. Behind their image of a peaceful and devout community, terrifying practices of control, isolation, and silenced abuse are concealed. From their rigid hierarchical structure to the brutal consequences faced by those who dare to question their rules, being a Jehovah's Witness is much more than following a faith. It's surrendering your life to a total system of control. In this video, we'll reveal the dark secrets of Jehovah's Witnesses, how they manage abuse within their congregation, the controversial two-witness law that protects predators, the exclusion practices that tear families apart, and how the community manipulates members to live entirely isolated from the outside world. Before continuing, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss out on more revealing content about religious groups and controlling sects. Now, let's expose the hidden truth behind Jehovah's Witnesses. The total control. Is it religious freedom or an invisible prison? One of the most terrifying aspects of Jehovah's Witnesses is their absolute control over the lives of their members. Once someone is baptized into the congregation, their life no longer belongs to them completely. There are strict rules governing daily life. Jehovah's Witnesses cannot celebrate birthdays, traditional holidays like Christmas or New Year's, or engage in activities considered worldly, such as competitive sports or certain types of entertainment. Relationships are controlled as well, with members prohibited from forming close ties with non-members. This includes friends, family, and even co-workers, who are seen as dangers to their faith. The rules about appearance and clothing are also stringent, with men expected to wear suits and ties for religious meetings, while women must dress modestly and avoid provocative clothing. Jehovah's Witnesses are also required to devote much of their day to door-to-door preaching, meetings, and Bible studies organized by the congregation. The two-witness rule, a system that protects abusers. One of the most alarming policies within Jehovah's Witnesses is the handling of abuse within their congregation. According to the two-witness rule, any accusation of abuse or crime must be confirmed by at least 2 eyewitnesses. This means that in most cases of child sexual abuse, predators go unpunished. The elders of the congregation decide the fate of victims, instead of the legal authorities. Members are discouraged from reporting to the police as the congregation seeks to handle matters internally. Victims are pressured to remain silent to avoid damaging the organization's reputation. Documented cases from multiple countries have shown that this policy has allowed thousands of abusers to operate within the community without facing justice. Excommunication: how Jehovah's Witnesses destroy families. If a Jehovah's Witness decides to leave the congregation or question its teachings, they face one of the harshest consequences possible: being shunned by their own family and friends. Parents may disown their children, and marriages can end in divorce under orders from the congregation. Those expelled are treated as if they no longer exist, condemned to a life of isolation and suffering. This creates an atmosphere of constant fear where members are forced to obey without questioning, for fear of losing everything. The information control bubble, isolating members from the truth. One of the most effective methods Jehovah's Witnesses use to keep their members within the organization is by isolating them from any external information that might make them question their faith. Jehovah's Witnesses are strictly forbidden from reading books, articles, or watching documentaries that question their religion. These materials are labeled as inspired by Satan, with the intent to divert them from the truth. While the use of the internet is not outright banned, it is strongly discouraged, especially when it comes to forums where the organization is discussed. Any Jehovah's Witness searching for external information may be labeled spiritually weak. A strict rule within the community is that Jehovah's Witnesses cannot interact with ex-members, even if they are close family. This creates a bubble where members only have access to the official narrative of the organization, ensuring that doubts are silenced before they can become serious questions. Fear of the outside world. The world is full of danger. From a young age, Jehovah's Witnesses are taught that the outside world is a hostile place full of dangers and temptations created by Satan. They are taught to distrust anyone who does not belong to their community, including schoolmates, friends, and even family members who are not Jehovah's Witnesses. Higher education is frowned upon as the organization discourages members from seeking a university education, believing that secular knowledge will lead people away from the truth. Employment outside the community is seen as dangerous, and Jehovah's Witnesses prefer simple jobs that do not expose them to critical thinking or environments where they might question their beliefs. This fear instilled in them makes many members anxious and terrified at the thought of leaving the organization, as they believe they would fall victim to Satan if they dare to abandon the faith. Testimonies from those who escaped, life after Jehovah's Witnesses. Despite the extreme control exerted by the organization, some individuals have managed to escape and share their experiences. Their stories reveal the trauma and difficulties faced by those who decide to leave this community. Ex-members often recount feeling as though they were dead to their families and friends after leaving the organization. Even though they may escape, the fear lingers, and many of them take years to adapt to life outside the congregation. Overcoming guilt and the fear of divine punishment continues to haunt them, even after they've left the faith. The financial and legal scandals, Jehovah's Witnesses under scrutiny. While Jehovah's Witnesses claim to be a nonprofit organization focused solely on spreading biblical truth, the reality is that they manage an enormous amount of money with complete secrecy. They don't pay taxes due to their religious status, and their headquarters, the Watchtower, is exempt from paying taxes in most countries. Members are constantly encouraged to donate money to the organization, believing they are financing God's work. However, much of the money is used to maintain the lifestyle of the elite leaders, and many of the donations do not go towards preaching or humanitarian aid. The hypocrisy within the organization is glaring. They prohibit political involvement, yet secretly negotiate with governments. They forbid blood transfusions, but some leaders have accepted forbidden medical treatments to save their lives. They preach that material wealth is unimportant, yet the elite lives in luxurious homes and manages millions in funds. This double standard has led many Jehovah's Witnesses to question the true nature of the organization, wondering if they are truly following God's will or if they are being manipulated to benefit those at the top of the hierarchy. Are the Jehovah's Witnesses nearing collapse? With increasing legal pressures, scandals, and a growing number of members leaving, many wonder if Jehovah's Witnesses are on the brink of collapse. More and more countries are investigating their internal workings, and lawsuits are impacting their finances. The internet is allowing people to learn the truth about the organization, and this is leading many to question their faith. Despite this, the Watchtower continues to hold on to power with even stricter control tactics and reinforcing fear among its followers to prevent them from leaving. The system is crumbling slowly, but the Watchtower is still trying to maintain its structure. As more people wake up to the truth inside Jehovah's Witnesses, the organization is struggling to preserve the image of purity and holiness it has tried so hard to maintain. While it may have survived for over a century, the weight of its scandals and revelations is weakening its image as never before. The struggle to break free, how ex-members rebuild their lives. Leaving Jehovah's Witnesses is an incredibly difficult process, but it's not impossible. Over the years, many ex-members have successfully rebuilt their lives and found new communities outside the sect. Reclaiming their self-esteem and identity is one of the greatest challenges, as they must unlearn years of indoctrination and deal with the fear of divine punishment that has been ingrained in them. Building new relationships is another hurdle, as leaving the organization means losing all family and friends who remain within the sect. However, many ex-members have found support in communities for former Jehovah's Witnesses, counseling for trauma, and new ways to trust others outside the religious circle. In the end, it's crucial to remember that while the system of control within Jehovah's Witnesses is harmful, the individuals inside are not necessarily bad people. Many are simply trapped in a structure that manipulates and controls them. The information revolution is helping more and more people break free from the system of fear and control. If you know someone trapped in this system, the best way to help is not by attacking them, but by offering them the space and information they need to make. The ongoing struggle. Can Jehovah's Witnesses survive the crisis? As the crisis deepens, with more former members speaking out and increasing pressure from international organizations, the Jehovah's Witnesses are facing a significant challenge. The walls of isolation are gradually crumbling, and the scandals that have been hidden for so long are starting to surface. Yet the organization continues to fight to maintain its control, using fear tactics, isolation, and manipulation to try to prevent its members from leaving. Despite the growing number of individuals who are waking up to the truth, the Watchtower is holding on to power with increasingly desperate measures. The question on many people's minds is, can Jehovah's Witnesses continue to survive in this modern age of information and awareness? The system of control that they have built over the years is becoming less effective, and the organization is facing more and more opposition. The internet has become a major tool for exposing their practices, with former members sharing their stories, legal documents coming to light, and the truth about their finances being revealed. The role of technology in exposing the truth. Technology has played a significant role in the ongoing exposure of Jehovah's Witnesses. Social media platforms, forums, YouTube channels, and blogs have become spaces where former members can share their experiences, warn others, and provide valuable insight into the organization's methods of control. This new access to information has empowered many individuals to question their faith, seek support, and escape the grip of the Watchtower. The documentary films, videos, and testimonies from former members are reaching an ever-widening audience, exposing the dark secrets of the Jehovah's Witnesses to the world. As more and more people discover the truth, the organization is losing its grip on those who have been kept in the dark for so long. In a world where information is so readily accessible, Jehovah's Witnesses' ability to control what members are exposed to is becoming increasingly difficult. Rebuilding after leaving, the journey of ex-members. For those who have managed to break free from the Jehovah's Witnesses, the journey of rebuilding their lives is challenging, but not impossible. The emotional toll of leaving the faith can be overwhelming, as ex-members struggle with feelings of isolation, guilt, and the loss of family and community. However, many find solace in support groups, therapy, and friendships with others who have shared similar experiences. Reconstructing a life after leaving the Jehovah's Witnesses often means redefining one's identity and worldview. For years, many members are told that their only purpose is to serve the organization, and when they leave, they must relearn how to live freely, think independently, and trust others. It takes time, but with the right support and a determination to reclaim their lives, many ex-members find new hope and direction. The future of Jehovah's Witnesses. Will they collapse or evolve? Looking forward, the future of the Jehovah's Witnesses is uncertain. The organization has managed to maintain its power for over a century, but the cracks in the foundation are becoming more apparent. As more members leave, and as new revelations come to light, the organization is being forced to adapt in order to preserve its control. The increasing pressure from governments, media, and former members is starting to challenge the organization's long-standing authority. Will Jehovah's Witnesses evolve, adapting to the changes in the world around them, or will they continue to cling to outdated and harmful practices? The organization's response to this crisis will be pivotal in determining whether it can survive in the future. However, the ongoing exodus of members and the growing exposure of their practices suggest that the Watchtower's days as a global force may be numbered. As we continue to shine a light on the darker side of the Jehovah's Witnesses, it's essential that we offer support to those who are escaping the system. Leaving the organization is not just a physical journey. It's an emotional and psychological one as well. Ex-members face numerous challenges as they rebuild their lives, including overcoming the fear of divine retribution, finding new social connections, and navigating the trauma caused by years of manipulation. If you know someone who is struggling after leaving Jehovah's Witnesses, or if you yourself are looking for support, it's important to reach out. There are countless resources available, including support groups for ex-members, counseling for trauma, and online communities where individuals can share their experiences and find solidarity. In the end, the most important thing we can do is provide a space for those still trapped within the organization to find the information they need to make their own decisions. If we continue to expose the truth, offer support, and encourage people to think critically, we can help more individuals escape the clutches of the watchtower and reclaim their lives. As we conclude this series on the Jehovah's Witnesses, we've explored the control, manipulation, and abuse that takes place within the organization, but we've also seen the incredible strength and resilience of those who have escaped, as well as the power of information and awareness in breaking down the walls of isolation. The fight against indoctrination and control is not an easy one, but it is a battle worth fighting. By continuing to share these stories, expose the truth, and support those who seek freedom, we can make a difference in the lives of those still trapped within the Jehovah's Witnesses and similar organizations. Together, we can ensure that the truth prevails and that more people are given the opportunity to break free from the fear and manipulation that holds them back. Thank you for following the series, and remember, freedom begins with knowledge. If this content has impacted you, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video so that more people can learn the hidden truth behind the Jehovah's Witnesses and other controlling sects.